Hey everybody, today is March 2nd, and today we're going to talk about the price of Bitcoin. And we're talking about whether Bitcoin is finally going to put in a bottom and push up higher, or whether this is going to be a temporary pause in this eventual continuation of the downtrend. Before we begin, please read the disclaimer, and you can pause the video as you read it. Okay, so as you can see, Bitcoin has been basically in a downtrend for the last several months, right? But since the beginning of this year, or the middle of January, we've been trying to put in a bottom, right? And we've put in what looks like a double bottom for now, at least, right? In our last video, we talked about how Bitcoin was kind of ranging in this trend after coming down and breaking below 40,000, but it recovered and it sort of kind of went sideways for a while between 40 to 45,000, right? And I was talking about how there's a lot going on with Russia and Ukraine, and this was last week. This is before they invaded, right? Before Russia invaded Ukraine. But I was looking for Bitcoin to kind of move between 40 to 45,000, right? And if it could hold that level, then I would consider going long. If it could make a clean break above 45,000, right? Otherwise, I would do nothing within the 40 to 45,000 range and short the market if it broke below 40,000. And what happened was Bitcoin ended up breaking below 40,000, but it didn't stay there for long, right? It found strong support, and this big candle over here. Is this big green candle where it wicked down and it got bought up. This was the day, February 24th. This was the day that Russia invaded Ukraine. And there was a lot of fear in the markets, but people bought the market back up and, caused a nice squeeze in the stock market. And since then, we've basically went sideways. And I talked about how I wanted to see us reclaim 40 to 45,000, right? If we can reclaim 40 to 45,000, I think the market can sort of try to go sideways for a while and build some sort of like support before potentially breaking out high, right? And it's looking like it could be some sort of a ascending triangle pattern, although there is still a lot of price action that needs to be developed before we can see this clean break, right? I think that there is still a lot to digest. There's three major things that's happening right now. Obviously, there's the Russia and Ukraine conflict, right? Russia invaded Ukraine, and so there's really a lot of nervousness around what the Russians will do next. Are they going to, launch even more attacks that they're already doing, on the major cities like Kyiv and Lviv, right? Or are they going to finally withdraw, and try to de-escalate the situation? The second thing is, what is the Federal Reserve going to do, right? Today, the Federal Reserve said that they were going to hike interest rates a lot less than people expected, which is 25 basis points. And people are expecting 50 basis points or more. And so the market reacted very well. If you can see, like the market just closed very high, almost 2% across the board, right? Among all indices. And Bitcoin was sort of having a muted day, but we had a 14% candle 2 days ago. So I think that it's okay for Bitcoin to go sideways for a while. It needs to digest this big move, right? And so this is actually a good thing, because what we're seeing, what Bitcoin is doing right now is it's potentially putting it in a double bottom, right? Or what people like to call a W pattern. And if it could do that, right? Or potentially an ascending triangle, right? Because we technically have higher lows over here, right? Over here. So this could technically be an ascending triangle. And if it does play out, it could be a strong break, right? And we had a lot of volume for the buyers coming in, defending 40,000, right? So for now, things are looking pretty good. But we still want to see a strong break above 45,000, right? 45,000. If we can break, like you see this wick above 45,000 over here and over here just recently, right? We tried to break above 45,000. This 30-minute chart. We tried to break above 45,000, but we rejected instantly. So if 45,000 could be broken, I do think that we can see a strong break to our next resistance level, which is 47,000. And of course, the 200 moving average, which is blue line, which is right now around 49,000. So this Fibonacci resistance level and also this blue line is going to be major. So basically everything up to 50,000 is going to be strong resistance. But if we can break through to 50,000, I do believe that we can break or make a move up to 60,000. And that's going to be the next area where there's going to be some resistance clusters right over here. And of course, the next Fibonacci's resistance level, which is 65,000. So, but of course, we don't want to think too far ahead. We have to at least break through we have to break above 45,000 first, right? So that's what I'm looking for. I can see Bitcoin kind of going back into this range. Let me see. Going back into this range, right? Falling back into this range for a while, cultivating support, absorbing supply before pushing up higher. And if that's the case, I could actually make the breakout a lot stronger, right? It means that the bulls are defending these levels. So I would say if Bitcoin can hold above 40,000, and even if it doesn't break above 45,000 in the short term, if it at least hold 40,000, and just go sideways, absorb supply before pushing up higher, trying to make a break above 45,000, then to me, I'll be really bullish and I'll be looking for longs. But for now, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just waiting and seeing what the price is going to do next. And of course, there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding what Russia is going to do in Ukraine. Right? If things get worse, if things escalate, if nuclear weapons come out, it's definitely going to crash the market. It's going to crash the stock market. It's going to crash the crypto market. So, but we are hoping for the best. We're hoping for the best. We're hoping that Russia will de-escalate and negotiations will be successful. But we really don't know what's going to happen. So sometimes the best thing to do is just to wait and see what happens. Wait in cash and wait for confirmation. These are uncertain times, and of course we don't know what the Fed's going to do. I mean, they did give some guidance in terms of, like I said, 25 basis points. But if things get worse, if things de-escalate, we don't know what's going to happen. If inflation CPI report in a week or two is bad, they might increase it to 50 basis points or more. We don't know, and so sometimes it's best to just wait and see. And that's basically what I'm doing. So what we want to see is 45,000. We rejected once here and rejected against today. So we want to see 45,000 be broken above. If we can do that, 47,000 and then 49,000, and of course 50,000, right? All these resistance levels, there's a lot that Bitcoin has to do. But if we can break that level, I think 60,000 is in the clear. So next time we'll update and see what happens with Bitcoin. I would not be surprised if we just move sideways, but we definitely, the bulls want to defend at least defend 40,000. At the best, break 45,000, and of course and try to go above 50,000. The bears want to bring us below 40,000 and take out these two prior swing lows over here, 1 and 2, right? The bears want to bring the price down and make lower lows, right? Because right now there's no lower low, there's higher lows right now, right? But there's also no higher highs. It's just flat. So right now we have a possible ascending triangle pattern playing out. If the bears want to try to bring it down, but the bulls defend it, make a higher low, and then push the price up higher, that's very bullish. So, but that might take some time to play out. Of course, there's a lot of possible catalysts, both bullish and bearish, in the month of March, and the month of March just began. So we're going to have to wait and see how the month plays out. Let's very quickly look at the hash rate. Hash rate looking really good. It hit all-time high, actually, in February, but of course we came down, but it's recovering very well. A nice surge in the last 24 hours. So we're still holding this uptrend that we were in when we bought in from the China exodus of miners, right? So it's a nice solid uptrend, and as long as this continues, I can see the price of Bitcoin also recovering well. Right, fear and greed index in the middle, but giving us a lot of upside, potential room to move up higher. So things are looking good. The bulls are trying to put in a bottom right now with this possible double bottom. And so the good news is that we temporarily stopped this downtrend by failing to continue to put lower lows and lower highs, right? However, so we're basically just moving sideways. However, we need to start to push up higher. The bulls need to get aggressive and push the price up higher and start to make higher lows and higher highs, right, to reverse this trend. Otherwise, we could just move sideways, right? Move sideways, that's the best case scenario if we don't break above 45,000, or worst case scenario, we just roll over and continue down lower. Now, just based on the technicals and my experience, it does seem like we are probably going to be in a ranging market, at least for a little while. But if the bulls can step in and aggressively push the price of Bitcoin above 47,000, I can definitely see the price moving up even higher. And if we can break 50,000, for sure, 60,000, piece of cake, right? Next resistance level. And yeah, we'll see. A lot of news to digest, a lot going on in the world, a lot of darkness. A lot of people, their lives are in danger. It's very sad what's happening in Ukraine, and I hope if anyone's Ukrainian, they're watching this, I hope you're okay. Also, shout out to the people in Russia who are against the war, who are risking their lives protesting in Russia. I hope you guys are okay as well. And yeah, this is a very tough market to trade. There's a lot of catalysts that could move the markets up or down. So I would say be careful with leverage if you're trading this market. And if you want to trade, I would just recommend just trading in spot markets. Of course, it's not financial advice. It's just my own opinion. But you always want to make your own decisions. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and make your own decisions. That's what I would do. Be careful with leverage right now. You don't know what's going to happen. Any small news, even if it's just a rumor, can move the markets. So yeah. Next time we'll update, and we'll see if Bitcoin bulls can finally push the price of Bitcoin above 45,000, or whether we're going to be ranging for a while, right? So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe for updates. If you found the video useful and informative, appreciate all your support. Thank you again, and have a great day.